Welcome to Sweet Lines. If you're a fan of art and creativity, you're in the perfect place. Today, I'll be sharing a new drawing filled with details and emotions. Let's dive into a world of colors and imagination as we create an ice cream masterpiece with fruits. Get ready with your favorite ice cream, and I'd love to know, what's your favorite flavor? You could choose from options like chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, or mango. Personally, my favorite is chocolate, but sometimes I crave a mixed flavor with strawberry, vanilla, and mango. And now, we will take you on an exciting journey with a thrilling story. Listen carefully as you draw, and let your imagination wander into new worlds filled with adventures. This story is not just words, it's an invitation for you to explore amazing realms through your art. As you prepare to draw your favorite ice cream with fruits, remember that every stroke of your pencil carries limitless possibilities. Think about the colors you will use and how they will reflect your feelings and ideas. Will you choose bright colors that express joy and happiness, or calming hues that reflect moments of contemplation? Let the stories you will hear flow through your minds like a flowing river, inspiring you to bring these feelings to life on paper. This tale revolves around a wonderful adventure on Happy Candy Island, where you will meet amazing characters, face exciting challenges, and learn valuable lessons about friendship and courage. As you listen, remember that each character in the story represents a part of you. Get ready to dive into a world of imagination and let your creativity shine through your drawings. So, let's begin this journey filled with inspiration, and may your ideas blossom like the colors on your canvas. Enjoy the story, and don't forget to add your personal touches to every detail of the ice cream you are drawing. Once upon a time, in a land called Happy Candy Island, everything seemed like it was from a dream world. The mountains were covered in candy, the waterfalls flowed with fruit juices, and the trees hung with pieces of chocolate and sugary fruits. The sun in the sky was always shining, radiating a warm light that made everything sparkle like gold. On this island, candy and fruit lived in harmony, each with its unique personality and life. In the midst of this wonderful island lived a Swirly, one of the most unique candies. She was not just an ordinary banana, chocolate, and strawberry candy, she carried with her a spirit of adventure and a love for exploration. She was known for her ever-present smile and a heart that knew no fear. One day, after returning from a simple adventure in the forest with her friends, Charlie Cherry and Bobby Biscuit, Swirly noticed that the air on the island was slowly changing. The sky, which was always clear and blue, began to turn cloudy, and the wind started to blow with unusual force. This sudden change made the island's inhabitants anxious. The weather had never changed in such a way on their island, it was always mild and warm. The islanders gathered in the great square, where the candy chief, a massive piece of cake covered in frosting, stood to speak to everyone. "I have heard about these winds before," said the chief with concern. "They come from the distant ice mountain, where an ancient crystal controls the island's weather. It seems the crystal has started to lose its power and balance, and if we don't act quickly, the whole island could freeze." Everyone was in a state of panic because freezing meant the end of life as they knew it. The chocolate-covered trees would freeze, the flowing rivers of juice would turn to ice, and even the candies would be unable to move. The situation was very dire. Amid this fear, Swirly bravely stepped forward and said, "I will go to Ice Mountain and fix the crystal. I won't let the island freeze." Everyone knew that Swirly was not only brave but also smart, and her previous adventures had shown this. Swirly set off with her friends Charlie and Bobby on a challenging journey across the island, but they had no idea how difficult the journey ahead would be. They began their trek through the glittering Gumdrop Valley, a place filled with giant gumdrop trees hanging with colorful bubbles. At first, the place seemed beautiful, but soon the winds picked up, and the bubbles began to float everywhere, making it very hard to see the path. With every step they took, the air grew colder. The first day passed as they struggled to progress through the fierce winds and the gumdrop bubbles that obstructed their view. However, Bobby and Charlie were not ready to give up. They knew that Swirly was counting on them. They began to brainstorm ways to safely get through the valley. Suddenly, Charlie's face lit up with an idea. "What if we use some gumdrops to make coverings that protect us from the wind?" The group started gathering gumdrops and shaping them into large shields and coverings to protect themselves from the winds. The idea was brilliant, and thanks to it, they managed to cross the Gumdrop Valley safely, overcoming one of the toughest obstacles in their journey. But the road was still long. When they reached the shores of the hot chocolate sea, they knew that crossing this sea would be an incredibly difficult task. The sea flowed hotly, and with each wave came the delicious aroma of chocolate, but getting too close was dangerous because it could drown them in molten chocolate. "We can't swim here," said Bobby, looking anxiously at the flowing sea. Suddenly, Swirly's eyes sparkled with a new idea. She looked at Charlie and Bobby and said, "What if we use the boats made of vanilla candy we found in the Gumdrop Valley?" Everyone immediately agreed, and they formed 2 small boats from that light candy, allowing them to cross the treacherous sea. After crossing the hot chocolate sea, they finally reached the base of Ice Mountain. The mountain was covered in shimmering ice, but the winds here were very strong, making any attempt to climb extremely difficult. However, the team was not ready to stop there. Swirly confidently said, "We have to find a way to climb, no matter the difficulties." Charlie started climbing the mountain first, using his cherries as grips. Then came Bobby, who used his strength to move rocks and ice so everyone could ascend. Finally, it was Swirly's turn, relying on her agility and lightness to reach the summit. When they reached the top, they saw the icy cave that hid the ancient crystal inside. The crystal was enormous and glowed with multiple colors, but it shook in an unstable way, causing the fierce winds. Swirly realized that the crystal needed to be rebalanced, or it would destroy the entire island. "We have to fix this quickly," Swirly said, and everyone began to think of a plan. Bobby suggested using some ice stones to build a new base for the crystal, while Charlie secured the crystal with the ropes they had brought. The work was very hard, but they worked together as a cooperative team. After hours of effort, the crystal was secured in place. The cold air suddenly stopped, and the winds began to calm down gradually. The heat returned to the island, and the sun shone again as it once did. When the team returned to the island, everyone greeted them as heroes. Swirly and her friends became champions of the island, and everyone learned an important lesson about courage and teamwork. This adventure was not just a journey, it was the beginning of stronger friendships and greater cooperation in the future. Question: if you were in Swirly's place, what decision would you make to confront the giant crystal? 1. I would try to find a new way to protect the crystal using stones. 2. I would look for a way to improve the crystal's condition using other tools. 3. I would invite the islanders to help fix the problem. Thank you for following this exciting adventure. Don't forget to share your answers in the comments and subscribe to the Sweet Lines channel for more intriguing stories and beautiful drawings.